Hey guys, what's up? I am certainly glad you're joining me again for another video on Whole Wellness with Ann. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having an amazing day. Recently I posted a video about parenting and trauma and how to kind of keep your head and keep rational, logical thought processes from judging ourselves, judging our peers, and judging our own parents too harshly, but like being reasonable about our judgments at the same time as balancing that tightrope of wellness that we're walking. Today I want to tell you a little story about someone I met within the last couple of months and the unfortunate situation that I'm having a hard time not judging. And here's what happened. So this girl was hired at my office. I say girl, but she's middle-aged. And within a few days of starting in the office, she was telling me as I was training her about the very unstable relationship that she has with her soon-to-be ex-husband. This woman and this man had apparently been battling for 3 years over their belongings and property and whatnot. And they have 2 children that are grown adults. I believe one is like 21 and one is 23. Let me just fast forward to today and say she no longer works at the office because of many reasons, but from an HR perspective, as you guys know, my background is HR, and on paper, you know, she resigned. She just stopped showing up. Now, I happen to know behind the scenes that had she continued showing up to work, there is a very good chance that she would have been fired anyway, because she just wasn't doing a good enough job. She just was not getting it. I believe that my boss and office manager have tried to give her the benefit of the doubt quite a bit, but she was very open, at least with me, and said, you know, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but she admitted very early on that she has borderline personality disorder and that she regularly sees a therapist. And she showed me scars that she has on her arms from a prior suicide attempt. And so whatever level of truth is behind what she was relaying to me, I saw the scars on both arms. This girl was hurting inside, and she said she's been working on herself and working on getting better and stuff. That made the sirens go off in my head that this girl was special and needed some special sensitivities. And it breaks my heart, honestly, to think of the fact that she just stopped showing up. She could be in a hospital somewhere for all I know. If you're someone who has walked in those shoes of suicide or thoughts about suicide, you don't have the slightest clue how many people do really care for you that you don't even know about. I have no relationship with this girl. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her, really, but I do know for a fact that she has attempted suicide before. That means this girl has suffered. I'm no one to her, but I care about her. And I care about the fact that she got to a point in her life, at least once before, where she felt so horrible about her own life that she tried to just end it. And honestly, I feel horrible recording this in my car. This is a tough topic to talk about, and it's unfortunate that I'm in the car driving and it's pouring rain. So it's not like the most ideal conditions to be talking to you guys about this, but because it seems like it should be more of a sensitive environment and a quieter environment and more intimate. But I truly, when I started this channel, it was about taking what I could get to get the message out to people. So please bear with me, but it just drives me nuts that there's someone out there in the world, and I'm sure she's just one person of thousands of people out there that are hurting so bad in their own lives that it's easier in their minds to just end their lives. It's less painful. And this is what I want to get to. This is what I want to point out is it's their emotions. It's our emotions we're unable to handle. It's the pain of having to deal with whatever we're dealing with in our lives, the disappointment, the rejection, the stress, the hurt, where it seems easier to just end their life because then they wouldn't have to suffer so much up here in their heads. And it's all negative self-talk. And I don't mean to oversimplify it, but that's all it is. I had this thought because we had a conversation towards the end, a couple of days before she just stopped showing up to work, where she admitted that she screwed up. And I was like, what do you mean you screwed up? She goes, well, I went against my mom's wishes, my parents' wishes, she said, and I called my mom because I needed someone to talk to. And my first thought after she said that part was like, aren't you allowed to call your mom if you need someone to talk to? And then I remembered, duh, not everybody has a mom that can handle being supportive and being encouraging and giving love and kindness and respect to their child. And so I was like, oh, duh, and you know, and I didn't respond in any way. I just kind of was listening, but she barely got that much out. And I was already thinking, are you serious? You screwed up by calling your mom because you needed someone to talk to. And I kind of was like, wait a minute, how did you screw up? And then she continued talking and explained, she goes, because my parents specifically requested me not to call them when I need to talk about what's going on with my ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband, because they don't want to get involved and they don't want to be forced to take sides throughout this divorce. And she was speaking from the perspective of, oh, snap, shocks, darn, I screwed up and went against my parents' wishes. Instead of realizing your parents are supposed to be there for you, come hell or high water. Your parents are supposed to lead and guide and support, encourage, and love you. This poor woman felt as though she had screwed up by calling her mom to vent because she was feeling badly about what was going on with the continued chaos that she was dealing with her soon-to-be ex. So I don't really know what all to say about this situation with this girl, because I really, like I said, I don't know the extent to the truth of it. But in this one conversation we had, she said she screwed up, and she owned to me that she screwed up, and she was kind of kicking herself for having screwed up because she needed someone to talk to. And that wasn't even the point of what she was telling me. She was telling me something else about the conversation she had with her mom, but what stuck out to me, and honestly, I can't even remember all the stuff she told me, because what stuck in my head is how wrong it was that this girl was told, even though she's a grown woman, middle-aged, and her parents are still alive, and her soon-to-be ex-husband was in their lives for 30 years or whatever, they had communicated to her enough discouragement in calling them or relying on them for support and encouragement about the divorce that she felt as though she was screwing up by calling because she needed someone to vent to. Not only is this a problem for me because this is the opinion of her parents, as she said, but she had told me in a previous conversation that her mom isn't even alive anymore, that this woman that she refers to as mom is actually her stepmom. So it's her birth dad and her stepmom who are basically telling her, you're on your own, babe. It's disappointing and it's disgusting that there are parents out there that are saying to their children, don't come to me. I'm not going to support you. Your child, little or grown, is your child. And that's a little parenting advice from Whole Wellness with Ann too. A parent's job is to be there for their kids, to lead them, to set the example for them, to assist them, to love them, to guide them, to respect them as people, to aid in their development. We're supposed to pass the chalice of love. That is what we're supposed to do as parents. We're not supposed to tell our kids, don't call me. Who does that? If you've gotten to the point in this video where you're still watching and you're hearing me ask that question, you know exactly who does that. Chances are one or both of your parents did it to you. And that's why you're watching this video. It is not okay for a parent to treat a child like that, period. That's what I have to talk about today. The easy way out, the less painful way out, is not to end your life. It absolutely is not. It's hard to know what the right thing to say is, but I do know that just being there, being present is sometimes enough. And hopefully it goes without saying, if you're finding yourself in this situation or walking this path, either right now or in the future, listen to my words, listen to this video, remember what I'm telling you. Even if you have felt at times or are feeling as though no one cares, because it's not true, or that the pain isn't worth it, that's not true. 1 hurt, 2 hurts, 50 hurts, excruciating hurts, still can be negated by the tremendous joy and beauty and peace that can come from healing. So, like I always say, guys, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, take care of you. Please do. Take care of up here and take care of in here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate your time. I hope this video has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.